Hey everybody, welcome back to another Haven and Hearth tutorial, or Hafen, whatever we want to call the game now. It's been a while. It's been probably a year since the last tutorial, but I'm getting back into it. You came here because you want to see how to tan leathers in Hafen, so I'm going to teach you. So you can actually do this really early in the game. All you need is a stone axe and a bone saw, and you're ready to get started. The stone axe is so that you can cut trees, and the saw is so you can make boards. So this is kind of the little tanning area of my tiny little village here. We have some drying racks over here, and we have some tanning tubs over here, as well as a water barrel, which is not necessary, it's optional. We can see that we have our axe here, and our bone saw here. So I'm guessing you've already watched my video on the first hour playing the game, so you kind of understand what you're doing to some degree. So all you need is some sticks, you already know how to get that, some string of any kind. If you're early on, you're probably going to be foraging for some stinging nettle to use, and some bow, I've heard it pronounced 1,000 ways. The stuff you get from pine trees. That. Right there. You get some of that, you can make the drying racks with that. The higher quality the ingredients you use, the faster things will dry on it. It won't affect the quality of whatever you dry on it. And to make the tanning tubs, these are just wooden blocks and wooden boards, so you already know you get wooden blocks by using your axe on a felled tree, and you get boards by using your saw on a felled tree. So that's how you make a drying rack and a tanning tub, so you have both of those. So I'm going to assume that you've already got a hide from an animal. It's safe to assume because you have a bone saw, so, you know, you've got bones. So you probably killed maybe a squirrel or a rabbit if you're early in the game. And you'll get a hide from that. You'll get a fresh hide from that. So I'm just going to skin this fox that I killed earlier. And we'll get a fresh hide out of it. All right, there we go. We've got a fresh hide right here. Raw fox hide. So we're going to use an empty drying rack here, right-click it, and we can just put it right there, and we can see it's hung up. Now, this can take, well, it's a different amount of time how long it takes to dry, depending on the quality of your drying rack, although I'm fairly sure we haven't updated our drying racks in a while, so they're probably quite old and not particularly good. I believe the default time for is 8 hours real time, so just assume that it'll take a little while. Come back later. Here's one that I've already dried earlier. We can tell it's already dry because it's dry. If I just click, oh right, either one would be green. It says Wolverine hide, not fresh or raw Wolverine hide, so we're just gonna take that. There we go. It's glowing green because I can use it with these crafting recipes here. So you can use a straight up hide. You don't necessarily need to turn it into leather. For instance, I can use Wolverine hide to make Wolverine boots, which are pretty cool. I could also, with any hide, rip it into hide straps. Now this will make 2 straps for every square the hide takes up, so this will make 4 straps. Or I can right click the hide and split it myself to make more room. So these straps, by the way, you're probably going to end up using for a lot of the game. Hide straps, really useful. It's a string, and it retains the quality of whatever the hide was. So for a long time, this is going to be your best quality of string until your farming catches up enough to beat it. So this is a popular use for making a sling early on for marksmanship, for early game marksmanship. But let's say we want to make this into leather. Let's close out of that. We go over to our tanning tubs. So the first thing we're going to need is we need tanning fluid. You can see that these ones are already full of tanning fluid. That's why the water is brown. But let's just assume this one right here, it's empty. It's actually half full, but doesn't matter for the purpose of what we're doing. So you already know from the previous video, A and then L on your keyboard is lift. I can left click that and lift it. So I could lift this and just lift over my head and right click on a body of water, and that would fill it up with water for me. I believe it holds 40 liters. You just right-click that and put it right back down to where it was. We are going to just lift a water barrel and right-click it on it. Boom, we filled it with water. Now, you can see it's clearly got water in it, not tanning fluid, and what that means is, you can see it's full, but it's clearly visually blue. That means that there isn't enough tanning fluid in there, or rather there isn't enough bark to make it tanning fluid. Tanning fluid is just a mixture of bark and water. If I wanted, I could actually just take this bark and put it right in the barrel, and that would turn it into tanning fluid. We need a high enough concentration of tanning fluid. We already have some tanning fluid in here, so if we just dump some bark in with right click, you can see it turned brown right away. But if we want to, we can put more in there, get the concentration up. Concentration only gets used up as things actually turn into leather, so there's no penalty to just having it at a low concentration. However, it might stop the process at some point and you need to go over and dump more in and it'll continue it where it left off, which is usually near the end. I believe it's upon completion when it does it. So sometimes if you have 4 leather in there that you're making, 3 will get done and then 1 will get stuck at 99% until you put more bark in. It's not really a big deal, but if you want to put the bark in right away, you can. Regardless, you can visually see this is brown, which means that it's good to go. We just put a hide in there. Apparently, I haven't done this in a while. There we go, we got some experience for it, and you can see visually it's in there. And now, the timer last I checked for this, and as far as the wiki's updated, is 30 real-time hours for this to become leather. That may have been changed in a patch since the last time the wiki was updated, and it might have even been changed in a patch before you watch this video. Just assume it's gonna take about a day. When it's done though, you get this, which is leather. You can see we have 2 pieces of leather here. It'll automatically split into individual pieces of leather. So this is a 2-piece hide. It'll turn into two individual pieces of leather just like this. And there are tons of things you can use leather for. So go ahead, pick up that leather when you make it, and check out all the new stuff you can make in your crafting area. We'll go ahead and put that back down. Leather has tons of uses. You need it in high quality for a lot of armors early game and a lot of equipment in general. So you have your leather and you want to know how to get better quality leather. Every step along the way into getting better quality leather would be, well, it's your survival skill on when you kill the animal and you skin it. So your survival skill matters for that, to make sure it's not capped by that, as well as the object that you skinned it with. I skinned it with my stone axe because it's a higher level of quality than my sword. So I used my axe. Use whatever your highest quality edged thing is to skin it. The quality of the animal itself matters for whatever its leather is. In fact, you can tell how much you're bringing it down by checking its bones. Its bones will always be the quality of the animal. If I were to butcher that animal, I could see the quality of the skin compared to the quality of the bones. That's how much I'm bringing it down by. The bones are highest quality. The skin is whatever I brought it down to. And then after that, the drying rack doesn't matter. The drying rack will not lower the quality of the skin, and the tanning tub and the tanning fluid do matter. So the quality of your water, the quality of your bark, and the quality of wood and boards and your carpentry skill when you made the tanning tub. So if you want to get higher quality leathers, all you need to do is one by one start raising up all of those things. Better quality tubs, better quality tanning fluid through your water and your bark, a better quality tool to skin the animals with, and a higher survival skill so that you're not soft capping it. Soft capping being when you're bringing the quality of something down because the quality of it is higher than the quality of the ingredients you're using or the skill that you have governing it. But that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments section what you'd like me to teach you in Haven and Hearth next. If you check out the description, you can find links to both my live streams on Twitch TV, where you can watch me play this live, where you can find my playlist to the tutorial series on this game if you want to learn more on it, or my playthrough series, where you can just see my adventures in the game. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back to the Haven and Hearth stuff I've been doing after this very, very long break. And until next time, have a nice day.